this is Amy with Bright Agritech, and I'm here with Haydn down at Bayberry Fresh in Fort Collins. Haydn is suckering his tomato plant today, so he's going to show us how he does that and why he does it. Haydn, before we start, could you explain what suckering is and why you do it?
So suckering is removing the, the tomato suckers. They're basically a side shoot or a side branch from the plant. And I do it to keep my plants to one stem or 1 liter so that I can manage the fruit more intensively and get more consistent fruit than I would if I just let the plant grow as it wanted to.
Great, so when do you start suckering and then how long do you go for?
Basically I start suckering as soon as the small plants have suckers, and then I do it through their entire lifespan until we're done with the plant. So when I sucker tomato plants, basically is what I'm doing is I'm checking for my one main stem, and all I want to have on there is my clusters, leaves, and then the top part of the plant. And so I'll go along where I have this corner between the leaves and the main stem, and any kind of little offshoots like this I'll pull off because they're going to basically try and make another tomato plant off of this one. So I'll pull all those off as long as they're big enough to get a hold of, and then I leave this top portion of the plant alone because I don't know quite yet which parts are going to turn into what, so I don't want to pull anything off that I don't know what it is yet. So if I didn't sucker the tomato plants, each one of these suckers would basically become another part of, or another tomato plant or a big tomato plant based off of this tomato plant, turn into a big tomato tree, tomato bush, whatever you want to call it. And they would suck energy away from my clusters here. They'd also put on their own clusters, which would be harder to manage and harder to time, so I'd have more inconsistent harvest and fruit. And it also just keeps the plant easier for us to work around. It keeps it in nice, neat rows, keeps it all onto the string rather than falling down and getting onto the floor. So overall, it's just a way to manage the plant to give us exactly what we want in terms of fruit, size of fruit, and when we get it. The easy mistakes to make are if you don't recognize your main stem that you want to do, and so say you have, when they get bigger it's harder. If we keep up on them it's easier, but if you had a sucker coming off here and it was the exact same size as this one, which will happen sometimes you get confused on which one's your main stem and you'll break that one off. And it's not a big deal because you can just grow this sucker into the rest of the plant, but it's a little bit more fragile and then it puts you a little bit more behind on that next root cluster. So that's about the only thing that is fairly easy to do, but with a little bit of practice and if you stay on top of them, it's not too hard. When it comes to suckering, I always do them by hand because as long as you catch them small enough, they break off really easy with your hands, and that way you're not using any shears or anything that you can be spreading disease around. You're not getting anything in that open wound. So that's what I'd recommend doing. And other than that, yeah, the more you can do with your hands, the less other tools you have to carry with you and slow you down.
So I hope this was helpful to you. We're going to be coming back down to Bayberry Fresh in a few months here to shoot more video. So if you have any ideas or questions for Haydn, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.